What's your outlook on social media?
You know, I truly believe social media is a good and a bad thing. It just all depends how we use it. You know, it's just like the phone. You know, the computer. You know, it's just how we view things. You know, what are we looking at? What are we talking about? How many know what's in us is going to come out, right? And so if we have social media, what's in you is that's what we're putting out for everybody else to
It
see.
can be really useful, but yeah, like if you use it in a bad way and you know you're using it in a bad way, then that affects how you're gonna look at social media and how others are gonna see you for using
How much
it.
time do you spend on social media?
You know, that's a good question. I can't really give you a direct answer on
Screen
that.
time, my phone, I feel like it's wrong, but hey, it's summer break. It told me I was on my phone 16 hours a day. But yeah, I use social media a lot per day, and like a lot of my friends, you know, I got to keep in touch with them. It's summer, so I talk to them for like 3 to 11 hours every day. So I use a lot of my time on social media.
How does social media impact our identity?
You know what? I believe that it's like me. I got to look at like my old paint job, my tattoos. I believe like social media is what we're putting on there is what we're doing. So here's my question to everybody: what are you putting on your social media? Because that's what
I
you're
feel like
doing.
it really impacts our identity, especially in today, because I mean, like if you're seeing things on social media, it's gonna affect how you act. It's gonna affect how you think of yourself, how you think of others, and we all just have to remember to take some time for ourselves to know who we really are, and to not be overflowed by social media and what it's telling us.
So having discipline, knowing how much time we want to be on it,
Finding your own likings, your own unique likings, like what you like to do, not what others like to do, and copying them. Like,
Amen. It takes me back to how God created man and woman, how God created Adam and Eve, but the devil came and perverted it. The devil came and tainted it, and I believe that's the same thing with social media. You know, it has its good qualities, but then the devil comes and perverts it, twists it, and makes it to where it's, causes our minds to go the wrong direction, So we want to stop the siege. 2023 VO Reno gang. God bless you. What is your outlook on social media?
An outlook on social media can be seen as both good and bad. Personally, I view social media as a good impact. You can impact it by positivity or the gospel, but there can be negative outlooks on social media. But personally, I think it's a positive outlook.
All right, amen. Also, how much time do you spend on social media?
I'm gonna
Be honest. Be honest.
I'm gonna say 4 to 5 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah, no, yeah. But I mean, it's social media. It's a distraction. But when I use it, I mean, yeah, I'm using it for But with me posting, I post, yeah, with friends or scriptures. But being on it, yeah, it's a lot. Like,
Amen. Amen. Okay. And then also, lastly, we want to ask you is, how does social media impact your identity or even your friends you might see? How does it impact our identity?
the friends that I do have social media, and talking with them personally in the past, they can compare themselves to other people, and sometimes it could lead into depression. When you're on it and you're consuming it so much that those type of people that are on it like a lot, and they don't post the greatest stuff, it can just have a negative in the mind, and it's all in the mind because when you're looking at it, it's consuming your mind. You can't really talk to people about it. It's just what you've seen, and I think it really does. Sorry. All right.
What is your outlook on social media?
My outlook, personally, I love social media. Keeps me connected to my people that don't live out here. So personally, that's my outlook. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's right. Also, Secondly, is how much time do you spend on social media?
According to my screen time, like about 8 hours a day.
Say that again.
About 8 hours a day, but not like at once. It adds up.
8 hours, and half of that's like posting stuff for God, right?
Yeah, of course.
Amen. And then also the last question is, how does, I think this is one of the important one, how does social media impact our identity?
I feel like it impacts our identity because, especially for us that are growing up with social media, we're kind of living life and making our identity based off of what we see other people doing. So like, we're kind of like, oh, this girl looks like she's having a good time, partying up, living. So we're basically trying to do the same thing to look good for social media. Yeah.
And it creates like a false fantasy, you know, and then a lot of times we become depressed because they have such a great life, but really their life is not as great, but we think and imagine it's great, right? So I think that's just, that's a lot of identity crisis that's happening today within our generation, and we want to stop the siege in social media. Get a hold of God. Don't get in Facebook. Get in the book. So right here in front of me we have
Darcel.
All right, Darcel, we're going to be asking you 3 questions, and my first question is, how much time do you spend on social media?
I spend a little time. I don't devote all my time to it, but so and so, time for time, maybe like twice a week, if that.
Oh wow, that's amazing. All right, also, what is your outlook on social media? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
I think about it can go both ways. It can be entertaining, it can help you prosper in some things, but it also can like devote your mindset, you know what I'm saying, get you too caught up into things that not important, you know what I'm saying, versus the things that are important. So it depends on how you look at it.
All right, so lastly, how does social media impact your identity?
Actually, I think it'll impact all of our identity, because the simple fact is, to me, it's not really safe. People be hacking, you know what I'm saying, taking your identity, you know what I'm saying, putting things on your social media that you didn't put, you know what I mean? So it's kind of terrible in a way, you know what I mean? So it's like, man, you just, social media is diverting some of our mindsets to taking us off lead off what really matters. You know what I'm saying?
All right, awesome. Well, thank you. We appreciate your time, and we hope you the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so we got the famous Miguel here. You already know. We got some questions for him. We're going to ask him a little bit about social media. So the first question I got for you, Miguel, is how much time do you spend on social media?
I spend like 5 hours a day. People might say I'm capping, but I'm not that. I'm not capping.
I don't know. I think I gotta have to see some screen time for evidence, bro. All right, so we got 2 more questions. I want to know something that you think is good about social media.
It's really fun, and you can connect with your friends and like connect with people.
All right. Keep communication with your loved ones, your friends. That's a good thing about social media. What is a bad thing about social media?
It takes like a lot of time out of your day. Like it could be like 1 p.m. and then it's like 12 p.m.
So it takes a lot of time of your day.
Yeah.
It takes 5 hours out of your day, right?
No.
I'd say a little more, but
Yo,
all right.
So show you my screen time.
So there you have it, guys. That's what Miguel thinks about social media. Thank you, Miguel, for giving us your opinion.
You're welcome. You're welcome.